Hey, good day, folks. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far. I know I cannot complain. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. And on this video, we're going to be driving through Dothan, Alabama. Now, I made some videos of Dothan, Alabama, I want to say around a year or so ago. And when I was making videos of Dothan at that point, I was running this channel a little differently than I'm running it now. So I thought I would come back, do another Dothan, Alabama video. Now this video is going to be a little long, and that's going to, some of the reasons for that is going to be because of the traffic. So whenever you see that I'm at a stoplight, if I'm there for any longer than, 30 seconds or whatever, feel free to fast forward to to where I'm moving again. And I don't bother to edit that type of stuff for two reasons. Reason number one, well, the main reason why I don't edit that kind of stuff is because my attitude is, if you're looking at moving to a city like Dothan, I think it's good that people know, or at least have an idea of what the traffic is going to be like in these type of cities. So anyhow, welcome to another welcome to Dothan, Alabama, people. And also on this video, I'm gonna give a little bit more history about this city, which I didn't do on my last set of Dothan, Alabama videos. So Dothan, Alabama, most of Dothan is going to be located in Houston County, and also some of Dothan is also located in Dale and Henry County as well. And for those of you that don't know Dothan, Alabama is the peanut capital of the world. You got 25% of the American peanut crops produced here in the city of Dothan, Alabama, / the general greater Dothan, Alabama area. And the two roads or highways that go through this city will be 231 and 431. Now, of course, Highway 231 will take you, 231 basically runs through the entire state of Alabama. And I didn't look exactly where 431 goes, but 231 is going to go mainly north and south. It's going to go north and south on the eastern part of Alabama. 431, I didn't look up where 431 goes, but 431 definitely will go through the city of Dothan. So anyways, Dothan, Alabama has got a population of 70,318 people. And the population has grown by 5.4% as of the 2020 census. And if you want to live here in Dothan, housing prices here housing here is relatively affordable, way more affordable here than many other places in the country right about now. I just got back from Indiana not so long ago, and housing prices up in Indiana are definitely more expensive than they are here in Alabama. Well, at least in this part of Alabama. So if you're looking to live in Dothan and you're looking just to rent, your rent prices are gonna go from $660 to $1,230, which when it comes to rent here, rent prices here appear to be, it's not a. I mean, rent prices here appear to be not all that more than what you'll pay in other places like Indiana. But when it comes to purchasing a house, housing prices here are definitely cheaper. I mean, you have a much larger selection of houses down here in Dothan that are going to be priced at below even $100,000. Now, the median home price here is at $181,000. However, you have plenty of houses that are priced far lower than $181,000. Now, I will say, if you're looking to buy a house here in Dothan and you're looking to live in a decent neighborhood and the house is turnkey move-in ready, I wouldn't go any lower than $130,000. Now, with all that being said, this city does have an issue with crime, as many cities. This city does have an issue with crime. I mean, the violent crime here is going to be 64% above national average. And although those aren't the worst numbers in the world, those type of numbers aren't anything to write home about. And when it comes to property crime, which again, the property crime is not the worst in the world, but it's not the best either. You got 50% above national average when it comes to property crime. And speaking of crime, and I've covered this on one of my other videos I made here. I've covered this, but from 2000 to 2020. Let me look at my cheat sheet here. There's been 20 people that have been eliminated from this earth by the Dothan Police Department for various reasons, by various different ways. I'll have to leave it like that because of YouTube guidelines. But I covered that on my other Dothan, Alabama video, on one of them anyway. So this city does have an issue with crime. So if you're gonna move here to Dothan, like I said, I wouldn't recommend you to spend less than 130 grand on a house. And for those of you that are gonna rent, obviously do your due diligence. Drive through the neighborhood during the day and at night and over the weekend, day and night, all that good stuff that I tell you guys to do on this channel. And when it comes to the racial demographics, you got 60.3% white, 33.3% black, 1.2% Asian, 3.3% Hispanic. I mean, as you guys can see, this is a relatively diverse city. Now, I have made videos before to where I basically tell you guys that I'm not crazy about Dothan, Alabama. And there's other cities that I would prefer to live over Dothan. But I do gotta be honest here. I mean, ever since I made some of those videos, I have had an opportunity to come back down here to Dothan and do a little bit more driving around. I mean, I've had things come up to where I had to come to Dothan and take care of business. So during those situations, I have gotten a chance to see more of Dothan, which I didn't see before on my last of the videos I made of Dothan. And when I did my research of this city for the commentary on this video of Dothan, I mean, there's a lot of entertainment here in Dothan. There really is. There's a lot to do here. I mean, I would say for many people, if you live here in Dothan, you will not get bored. If you get bored here in Dothan, fortunately, all you gotta do is jump on 231, drive about a couple of hours, give or take, and you can, and you can go, and you can be down in Panama City Beach. So, or you can, so if you live here in Dothan and you get bored, just know that you're only a couple of hours away from the beaches of the Florida Panhandle. So anyways, typically I'll wait until the end of the video to give you guys my 2 cents about this city, but I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna give you guys my 2 cents about the city right now, and then I'm gonna go on and give you guys some basic information about the city that I've researched. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Now, do I think this city is a bad place to live? Absolutely not. I mean, I will say if you're gonna live in Alabama, as like, you know, if you're moving here to Alabama and you're not from Alabama, you're an outsider, you're from the north, whatever, you know, like I am. I mean, you know, Dothan is definitely a good place to check out, in my opinion. I mean, racially, it's a very diverse city, and plus you have people moving here from other places. I mean, you got a lot of people here in Dothan that are from parts of Florida. I mean, as you guys know, Florida's housing prices are insane, so due to that, you got a lot of people moving to cities like this one. So Dothan, Alabama, in my opinion, is one of those type of cities where if you're not from Alabama, you're looking to live in Alabama, perhaps you're looking to live in southeast Alabama, to be more specific, I definitely would recommend you to check out Dothan. I mean, everything you need, entertainment, amenities, is here. Now, when it comes to employment opportunities, the employment opportunities here, in my opinion, are not the best. I mean, there are jobs down here. So if you're in a dire, down and out type of situation where you ain't got no money, you need to make some money real fast and quick, there are jobs here to be had. But the jobs here, for the most part, the pay is not that great, and the opportunities are not that plentiful. Not as plentiful as it would be if you were to go to one of the larger cities in Alabama, such as, you know, Huntsville, Birmingham, Montgomery, or even Mobile. And I would almost say that when it comes to employment opportunities, I mean, well, within an hour of here, you also got Troy, Alabama. And although Troy, Alabama is a lot smaller than here, I mean, you'll find a few opportunities in Troy, Alabama too. But I would say, for the most part, in the southeast Alabama region, yeah, there's jobs, but the jobs typically are not going to be the best paying jobs. And the selection of jobs that pay worth anything are not going to be the best either. The selections are not going to be the largest. So I would say that's going to be one huge disadvantage of living here in Dothan / living in southeast Alabama. I mean, and like I said, that's not to say that there's nothing here at all when it comes to decent jobs. It's just to say that the supply of them are going to be a little shorter compared to larger cities. Now, obviously, if you're working from home, or if you got your own thing going on to where you don't really have to be in a metro area, and you're just looking for a place that's affordable, that has decent amenities, maybe you're looking to live in the city, but maybe you're the kind of person that, you know, you're not really into country living, you're not really trying to live off in some small town in the middle of nowhere. You're looking for a city atmosphere, not a metro city like Montgomery or Birmingham or Huntsville, but you're looking for perhaps a mid-sized city. Dothan, Alabama would be it. I mean, this would be the type of city to where, now depending on what your housing budget is, depending on what on the type of lifestyle that you're wanting to live, as you guys can see, there are plenty of areas here in Dothan to where the houses are relatively far spread out. The lot sizes are decent, and that's one good thing about Dothan, Alabama, by the way. If you move here to Dothan, just like many other parts of Alabama, many of these houses will come with a decent sized lot. I mean, you'll run into a lot of houses here, even at below 100,000, that will come with at least a quarter of an acre. So even if you decide to live in the hood, and there's people out here that, you know, that's where they feel the best at. They prefer to live in the hood because to them the hood is where it's at. To them, that is their neighborhood. That is where they prefer to live. So if you choose to live, let's say even in the hood here in Dothan, understand, you can grab you up a house for less than $100,000 and have at least a quarter of an acre. Plenty of land for you to plant some fruits and vegetables for you and your family. Plenty of space to let your pets outside. Plenty of space for your kids to go outside and get some fresh air. Now, of course, here in Alabama, you know, it's hot as all get out at this time of the year, but still. So yeah, I mean, those are some of the good things about living in Dothan, in my opinion. Housing prices are relatively affordable. I mean, they're a little cheaper now than what they were around this time a year ago. So yeah, when it comes to housing, and that's one thing that I personally appreciate about living in Alabama. I mean, yes, Alabama does have its issues. But one thing I can say I appreciate about Alabama is the housing prices. I mean, like I said, here in the city limits of Dothan, you can grab you up a house with a quarter of an acre or larger all day. Even at less than $100,000, you can live like that. Now, if you got a little bit more money, like let's say you're looking at houses priced from 150 to let's say 250, you can get you a house sitting on over an acre in the city limits of Dothan. And there's parts of Dothan to where it won't even feel like you're in the city. Now, some of the areas I just got done driving through on this video, it won't even feel as if you're in the city. So anyways, I thought I would so yeah, I would say all in all, I'm not gonna sit here and bash Dothan as Dothan not being a good place to live. I mean, I think if you're wanting to live in Southeast Alabama, Dothan would be a wonderful place to check out. And as I said earlier, you're only a couple of hours away from the beaches of the Florida Panhandle. So there you go. So moving on. Talking a little bit more about the economy here. So of course, Dothan's largest economy here is going to be agriculture. And their largest crop here is going to be peanuts. And then along with peanuts, you know, you got cotton. And along with that, You also got tomatoes. Now, tomatoes are not produced here in the city of Dothan. Your tomatoes here in Alabama are going to actually be produced in a town called Slocomb. That's Slocomb, which Slocomb is known as the tomato capital of the world, which is within close vicinities of Dothan, Alabama. So other industries that are here in Dothan, of course, you're going to have retail, you're going to have hospitality. I mean, those are going to be your main economic sectors, if you will, here in the city of Dothan. So that's the greater Dothan, Alabama area. So like I told you before, many jobs down here as a result are not going to pay all that well. So if you move to Dothan, either A, have something already in place to where you can make a little bit more money for yourself online, or two, have a skill such as maybe your CDLs, such as maybe being some type of an auto mechanic or diesel mechanic. Now, if you have, let's say, if you have some type of a blue collar skill and you come here to Dothan, you can come down here and make some good money. Like Love's Truck Stop, they're looking for diesel mechanics. They even have an apprenticeship program going on to where they're willing to train people. And many of these auto garages are looking for auto mechanics. Got your CDL? I mean, I'm fairly confident that there's some there's some truck driving jobs available here. So that's one thing about living here in Dothan. I mean, Dothan, Alabama, for the most part, is a blue-collar city. So, if you're going to live here in Dothan, you do not have to have no fancy, sophisticated college degree to live here. So, for all you youngsters out there that are from Alabama, or for whatever reason, you funny like I'm weird and funny, and you're looking at Alabama as a future place to call home, then understand one thing: you do not have to go to college and run up student loan debt in order to live a good life. Just go out here, learn you a trade, be willing to do a little bit of hard work, and you can move to a city like this one and live a decent life. Now, some of your largest employers here in Dothan are going to be Southeast Alabama Medical Center. So for those of you that have your nursing degrees or your CNA licenses, or maybe your radiology degrees and stuff like that, there you go. You also got Flowers Hospital. You also got your city and county jobs. With some of those positions, all you gotta have is a blue collar skill. Some of those positions, you don't gotta have no training at all. All you gotta do is apply and then when hired, to be willing to work. You got Southern Nuclear. You got Purdue Farm, which is a food processing company. So again, for many of those kind of jobs, you don't have to have no kind of special skills. All you gotta do is apply and be willing to work. Now, I think here in Alabama, those type of jobs might pay you around $13 an hour. Now, granted, that's not the best money in the world. That's not the highest. I know up in Indiana, a job like that would pay you at least $15. But then again, the housing prices down here are also a little cheaper than Indiana. In fact, they're considerably cheaper than Indiana. The taxes down here are way lower than Indiana. And plus, you got much better weather. And you're only a couple of hours from the beaches of the Florida Panhandle. So, bear all that in mind too. You also got AAA Cooper, which is a transportation company. All you gotta have to get that kind of a job is your CDL Class A's. Then you got Michelin Tire Company. I mean, you know, all you gotta do is apply and be willing to work for the most part. And of course, at least right now, you got Walmart. So if all else fails, you can apply and try to get in at Walmart. Now, as far as some places to visit, you can go visit the Wiregrass Museum of Art, which is located in the building where the city's original water plant used to be. And this building was built in 1913, which you'll find that in the downtown Dothan, Alabama area. Now, on this video, I did not do a thorough tour of downtown. I just did a brief tour of downtown. Now, if you go back on my other videos of Dothan, Alabama, I do have a video to where I did tour more of downtown. And also, you have the Art and Theater, Southeast Alabama Community Theater. You can go there and see live performances that are appropriate for all ages. You also got the Spark Theater Company, which is a nonprofit theater company that offers production performed by local teens after school theater and they also offer after school theater programs and public theater classes for, I'm assuming, teens. So it appears to me if you got children that are in the theater, or if you got children that are troubled, even though they may not be in the theater, that's something that you can at least introduce them to just to get them off these streets. That way they don't become a statistic at 13 and 14, or ever for that matter. And this right here is one of the reasons why I'm not gonna sit around and down talk Dothan, because you know because it's good to have cities like this one, cities that have things going on, things to do for the youngsters, as opposed to living somewhere in some small town where there's nothing to do, and then if they get in trouble, you know, the only option that people see is to lock them up for the rest of their life. But anyways, you also got the Wiregrass Festival of Murals. Now, as you'll see on my videos, or if you come here to Dothan in person, you'll see murals painted all over the buildings in the downtown area of Dothan. Now, the Wiregrass Festival of Murals is an ongoing project offering historical murals painted by nationally and internationally acclaimed muralists on the walls of downtown buildings. And if you want a tour of all this, tours are available upon request. So I'm assuming the tour is going to just be tours of all the buildings to where they've painted murals on the buildings already. Now, some of those murals you will see on this channel when I go downtown. You also have the Dothan Opera House that has theater performances, concerts, ballet performances, and other cultural events. And you also have the Patty Ruffland Jazz. The Patty Ruffland Jazz, which is a non-profit contemporary jazz and hip-hop dance company here in the city of Dothan that produces 2 full-length jazz and hip-hop vehicle dance productions yearly. One in late February and then one in early June. And the Patty Wolfland Jazz, the Patty Wolfland Jazz Biz Company offers free dance classes to underserved youth. So if you got some teenagers that are in the streets out here getting in trouble, you might want to introduce them to that. Even if they don't stay doing that, they might at least get in there and meet some people that are on a path of positivity, which will be enough to at least get them off the street. And of course, you gotta raise your kids right too. Can't forget about that. But anyways, as far as other things to do in this city, you know, you got Folklore Brewing. You can go there, get your drink on, get your grub on, and they also hold live performances there too. You also got Adventureland, which is basically an amusement park. You got Landmark Park. You got the Water World. So during these hot summer days of Southeast Alabama, you can take your kids down to the Water World and they can get wet, cool off, have some fun, burn off energy, and again stay off the streets. And it's also a good place to visit if you're coming through here from out of town. And if you're looking to waste a little bit of time and spirit change, you can go to the Antique Attic and buy you some antique souvenirs. You also got the George Washington Carver Museum, the AR Workshop, which is a hands-on workshop where you can go and you can make souvenirs to keep with you. You can make souvenirs as gifts for your family. It's a hands-on type of museum. It's a hands-on type of workshop, And you can also go visit Aunt Kathy's community garden, which is basically a food garden. Now, I am unclear on whether the food is for sale or if it's only for show. I don't know. That's something you have to find out on your own. But you can always go and visit the garden. Maybe, for your parents, take your kids. It could maybe be an idea for a family activity. Again, here in Southeast Alabama, it's nice and warm for most of the year. So the climate down here is ideal for growing fruits and vegetables. You also got the Dothan Nursery, Greenhouse, Garden, and Gifts. You got the Highland Oak Golf Course as well for all you golfers out there. And you got the Extreme Air Trampoline Park and Ninja. So for you parents out there, you can take your kids there. They can get some exercise, burn off some extra energy, stay off the computer, stay out the streets. And there's also a Fun Zone Skate Center too in this city, and there's also a bowling alley in this city, I believe. So there's plenty of things that you can take your kids. They can get some exercise and not have diabetes by the time they turn 15 because their diet was poor. Not be a statistic by 13 because they were in the streets and there's no positive reinforcement to keep them off the streets. Because honestly, I can sit around and I can say this city is high in crime, that city is high in crime. But ultimately, at the end of the day, for those who really got children, it is your job to raise your kids right and to keep them off the streets. And the more parents that do that, the better these cities will be, the lower the crime will be. I'm just saying. So I would say Dothan, Alabama is definitely a wonderful place to live. It could be a wonderful place to live for the right people. So if you're looking for a warmer climate where, for the most part, you do not have to worry about real cold temperatures, you do not have to worry about no snow, you do not have to worry about no freaking blizzard, you do not have to worry about salt rusting your vehicle out and then your vehicle looking like Swiss cheese 10 years later. And when it comes to going to the beaches, you're only a couple of hours away. You're only 2 hours away from the closest beach on the Gulf, not 16 hours away. So if you're looking for a lifestyle kind of sort of like that, then I would say Dothan, Alabama could be a wonderful choice for you. And also with Dothan, like I said, if you're an outsider, not from Alabama, I would say Dothan would be a better choice of a place to live compared to other Alabama areas. And that's going to be it for my commentary. So I'm going to let you guys watch the remainder of this video. And hopefully you guys get something out of it. Hopefully you guys got something out of my commentary. So as always, feel free to interact in the comment section. And you know, because interacting in the comment section will help me out. And it will also help out all the other viewers know certain information about these cities that I don't know. Alright folks, so as always, you guys know what to do at this point. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and give these videos thumbs up to help with the YouTube algorithm. So on that note, you guys have a blessed one, and I'll see you on the next one.